Okay, I'm going to do question 10a. Alright. Alright, so let's write down the system of write down the augmented matrix for the system of linear equations. So K, 1, 1, 1, 1, K, 1, 1, 1, 1, K, 1. Alright, so to make our lives easier, we're going to try to get a 1 as the leading entry in the first row, and so all we're going to do is swap over rows 2 and row 3. Rows 1 and row 3 rather. Okay, what's that going to give us? Very straightforward, so 1, 1k, 1. Second row doesn't change. And third row is like this. Okay, so what do we do next? We want to make these entries in the first column 0. So first row is going to stay unchanged. And what we need to do is we need to get row 2 and just subtract away row 1. And we have to get, for row 3, we have to subtract away k times row 1. Penny made a good point on the discussion board that you need to be careful that you don't divide by k at any point, because k could be 0. So this is 0, this is k minus 1, this is 1 minus k, and that is 0. And this is 0, then 1 minus k, and then 1 minus k squared, and then this is going to be 1 minus k. Okay, next we want to make this entry here 0 in the third row, and all we need to do there is just add the second row to row 3. Okay, the first row and the second row don't change. Third row, this is 0, and then we get 2 minus k squared, and 1 minus k over here. Okay, apologies for this being a bit messy. Alright, so now we need to examine these equations to try to work out what's going to happen. So clearly row 2 tells us that when k is equal to 1, we get 0 equal to 0. In other words, it eliminates that equation. Alright, so that's kind of the special value for this second row. The equation is eliminated. Sorry. Okay. Now for the third row, let's see what the special values are. So row 3 is telling us that 2 minus k squared times z is equal to 1 minus k. Okay, let's try to factorize the left-hand side. So let's have a look. So it's going to be 2 plus k 1 minus k, let's check that. So 2 times 1 gives us 2, and we get minus 2k, and k gives us minus k. Take k squared. Alright, is equal to 1 minus k. So, what can we do with this? Well, we need to look at what the possibilities are for this equation. So, either we have k equal to minus 2, and then that equation from row 3 would tell us that 0 is equal to minus 1. And so equations are inconsistent. And there is no solution. Or we might have k is equal to 1, which would tell us that 0 is equal to 0. And remember also, row 2 would tell us that 0 equals 0. Okay, and so we have so only one equation remains. For 3 unknowns. And that means that there are an infinite number of solutions. Now we don't need to work this out because we're not asked for it, I don't think. No, we're not asked for it. And so this answer will suffice. We don't need to go into any more detail and actually work out what the solution is. But in this particular case, I've got one equation and 3 unknowns, so therefore there are going to be two parameters. And so the final possibility, so the only other value we can take, k equals 1 and k equal to minus 2 are the two special values, but k could be any other value. So k is the real numbers minus 2, 1, and then we have 3 non-zero equations and 3 unknowns. And hence a unique solution. Okay, and since those are the only possible special values, we know that we've covered all possibilities, and that's our answer.